Hi there, I'm back, hello. Did that kind of like interrupt it on your end? I hope it didn't. So let's see how long this is going to last. It looks much better on my end, so sorry about that. So okay, Michigan, New York, I love it. Oh my gosh, Little Miss 77. Oh, UK, so what is it? Like I'm in the middle of the night, you're still not sleeping, sweetie? Hi, Eden. Yes. Okay. Hi, Letty. So sweet. Miami. Ugh. Well, it was kind of cold over here. It works. It works. Maybe. Maybe. So, guys, I don't know how many of you heard my little kind of thingy. I didn't put the signs in there, and this is because, and my school people can tell you that I'm not really crazy, let's say, about astrology. The reason for that is like the more and more I do this, I'm realizing that this is kind of like way more important. This is kind of like its connection with the soul versus the potential that kind of like see in astrology. So that's kind of like a thing. So let's start this. Can I ask my school people to join in with a little bit of Reiki for everybody? So can we just spend a minute and just like everybody just close your eyes for a second and receive the healing. It's going right in your heart. It's relaxing you all over the body. I'm sending you energy. I'm sending you a little balance. And my guides are most likely helping to send you from their sides, Cat Lady and Lati. So if you can, as you're receiving, also think of somebody you want to give as well. Invite them in this healing circle. And there, let's us all come back and start. Black Cat, it's okay on my end right now. Let's knock it 3 times. It's going to work okay. So let's figure it out. Look at this. Looks like Canada. How many Canadians do I have here aside from Canada, aside from Cat Lady and me? So far 3. Miami, cool. Sonia. Well, my cat stole all the energy. Awesome. I know. Look at this. Miami, Puerto Rico, California. All these kind of like warm things. And Portugal. Oh, there we go. Look at these Europeans. You guys are not sleeping? This is not too late. So anyway, I'm trying to see how it is the evening one. Alabama. You're from Alabama. Okay, so yeah, Brits, you guys are going to have this like really interesting wedding over there, so it's going to be fun. So the deck got modified by Safi. You can see the specialty, aka water, right? But I'm going to do it anyway because I have the special connection with this deck, right? So it is a full moon. Did anybody feel anything weird today? I actually was okay the whole day. Nothing went wrong. So far, so good. So I am not really complaining, but I am thinking a lot. So what happened? What happened? Tell me, guys, what happened for you? Anybody noticed something kind of like being discharged, being released? Good day. Cool. Slept the whole day. Just as I said, did I not say it in my weekend forecast? We'll be really tired and feeling kind of like releasing. Lati was studying new lesson. Have a teacher. Oh my gosh. I loaded my students this week. Loaded. Saddled them with stuff. A huge list of guys messaged me yesterday. Oh my gosh, Canada, lucky you. Well, just like, you know, you have to say, take a number. Feeling that my man is coming back to me. Cried twice, Black Cat. Oh, impulsively bought a new car. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. You really cheered me up. Okay, Scorpio Sun. Ooh, Scorpio. We have Scorpio on board. I cry a lot in the morning. Are you depressed, Maria? Because that's kind of typical for depression. Mornings are difficult, and the moment when you start mingling with the other people, it gets better. I would suggest actually taking a warm shower in the morning. It can help. And of course, I mean, seeing your physician, right? Scorpio rising and moon. So, we are going to go from Scorpio, the full circle, to Libra being the last. So we are going to take one card from either of the deck, and it's going to be simply random opening just to see what it is. Okay, Scorpio, should it be random opening? You know what? I'm going to shuffle. I wanted to make it simple for me. I'm actually really afraid about this deck. Let's see if this deck is going to really work. I didn't work with it until Safi squashed it. So I have the other one, but this one kind of like felt better for the moon. So Starseed. Look at another starseed over here. Lati is a starseed. I'm a starseed. Do we get any free questions on here? No, we don't get free questions. We are reading for every sign over here. Okay, Scorpio. Oh my god, Scorpio, you're already getting, and it was jumping out this way and it flipped. And that's one of the Safis I mess up with your cards. You're getting the Justice card, Karma card. And I'm reading for the full moon, so this is going to be probably 5 days, but it's going to kind of like denote the period, the next, until the next full moon in 28 days, right? 28.5 days, I think. So, wow. Justice card is kind of very interesting. The story behind this card says, and I'm going to spend a little bit more time on Scorpio, because we all are going to get a little touch of this, like, right? Like, I mean, of Scorpio. So there were two brothers, and their dad died, and he left everything to a brother who actually had quite a bit. The other one didn't have much. So the poor brother decided to sue the rich one, and I said, look, this is not right, that he has inherited everything. So they came to the justice in Terra. So justice kind of like listened to their basically arguments, and the rich brother said, the reason why I received this is because I have proven that I can actually generate wealth. And this guy never had anything. He cannot wrap basically, like, I mean, two coins next to each other, and hence he didn't get anything. So the poor brother is saying, well, you know, this is not fair, because I just like didn't have the same luck and same circumstances as my brother, and just because I didn't do things so far doesn't mean that I can't, and now this is going to be nice, kind of like nest egg for me. So justice went back and deliberated, and she came back and she actually took half from the rich brother and gave it to the poor brother. So everybody was like shocked, and the rich brother said, why did you do that? She said, because you have a lot and you need to get something, but you also need not be complacent in kind of like how you perceive the value of the riches. And the poor brother says, so why did you not give me everything? Now I still have to fight. She said, that's the point. I want you to get this like fire in the belly to fight. So this is the message of the justice. Justice is kind of like really lovely card. And let's see, the clarify, oh, wow, and clarifies with another major arcana, Scorpio. You have the High Priest reversed. Something might be happening on this end. You see, the High Priest is like my most disliked card. It talks about do it my way, and it's almost like the group orders you to do it this way. So corporate structure or religion, or, you know, like, I mean, huge family structure, you have to adhere to my rules, you know, you better do that. When this reverses, we are talking about something unconventional. We are talking about, we are maybe the rule breakers. But this can also talk about people who are not really committing, because this can actually talk about divorce as well. Because we are going through this like really difficult patch, Scorpio has to really, really watch in terms of their relationship and how and what kind of energy they release to this full moon. Okay, so Pleiadian Tarot, you're so sweet. I love it. It's a little kind of crowd that we can almost have a party. I'm so glad that like this was like, Cat Lady was amazing. She said, let's announce this, like, and she organized everything. I was like just saying, why should we just try it? So it's so cool. So Black Cat, this kind of is a message. It's very interesting. 2 majors is a biggie. So you guys are going to kind of like really shake things up. It's kind of like really kind of like, are you Pleiadian Tarot? Are you Scorpio as well? So that's kind of interesting. So who is next? We are talking now about Sagittarius. Sagittarius, for those who kind of like think that I am patronizing with Sagittarius, but to me Sagittarius is so cute. It's like talking somebody Rob instead of Robert. So Sagittarius. That's right, you're Taurus. There we go, Saggy. My turquoise. Something is coming out. And these one too. It looks like with this deck, only the wobbly cards want to come out. And that probably was meant to be. So, hi Amps. Hi to see you again. I really, I am poor. I am poor deck. Yeah. Let's see, one more for Sagittarius, one more for Sagittarius, one more for Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius, for you, it is going to be reemergence. You maybe have lost that loving feeling from what I see over here. Maybe you felt sort of like being pushed in a corner, maybe a little bit isolated, maybe you felt shunned to some kind of extent. It sounds like it has been a turbulence emotionally, and now you're like actually capturing back this kind of thing. Also, definitely I see Sagittarius Scorpio connection over here. And I guess Sagittarius are going to have a nice glass of wine and say, screw you the world, I am just simply going to find a sweet spot for myself. And this is like totally coming together for Sagittarius. Like literally, this full moon is a release of something that could have been heavily weighing on you, where you maybe wanted to protect someone, but it kind of like it was the path with not that many choices. So that's kind of interesting. I like it. That's cute. So Sagittarius, how is this? This is going to be your full moon. Like, I mean, I wish to be Sagittarius right now. Look at this. It's over and I am so awesome. I forgot to buy any wine for me. I actually don't have any booze at home. It sucks. So my students, I don't know if you noticed, whenever I pick the cards, I always return them back upright. So, and so who's next? Capricorn. Capricorn. We are far from Cancer. Capricorn for this full moon. And guys, I decided to give a special, and it's like 2 quick questions. I think it's 55, just so I know which the order is coming through. And 3 questions is, instead of 110, 85. And it's in a description. You can check, book, and if you need something quickly that can get through. Oh, look at this. We have a guy on board who's Sagittarius. Awesome. Hi, Anthony. Nice to hear from you. Capricorn. And Capricorn is fixed signs, and Capricorn is going to kind of like shake this full moon as well. So let's see Capricorns. This one wants to come out, of course. The wobbly one. Whoa. Okay, Capricorn, the ring. Oh my gosh, look at that. And I separated them and they came together. All the wobbly cards are coming out. So this probably deck is going to get retired after this reading. So what I'm going to do Interesting. Anyway, I'm getting this deck too. So Capricorn for this full moon. Capricorn is minding the business. Capricorn is thinking, Capricorn is a little bit upset. Oh, look at that. Capricorn is a little bit upset. Capricorn, you're really thinking, one more that was hiding, about existential questions. You were having an equilibrium for quite a bit of time, and it's coming to an end. There is like this, as I call it, wash machine brain, but it's going to the next stage. It's like, holy smoke, I'm sick and tired of everybody and everything, and you guys are just like draining my money, and I'm just like not being able to stand that. Capricorns are going to be very much into, I need to roll up my sleeves. I need to kind of like mind my business, where I'm making money, and kind of like put the, you know, hot pepper up your behind to kind of like keep going. Be very careful. That's not going to be a good strategy, because here we have this King of Swords. Something is going to backfire. And this is not even saying that your plans are bad, because somebody is backstabbing you. You might have somebody who is like very ambitious, or somebody who is like absolutely digging sort of like a grave underneath you. And be very careful. You actually do have somebody highly gossipy presenting you in a manner that is not highly complimentary. This could be somebody younger, and it could be kind of like somebody who is really trying to take a spotlight, and they're doing that by putting you down. So if you know who that is, you will know. So Aquarius, did we scare Anthony away? I think he heard Sagittarius and he said, oh, I'm actually good, I can enjoy my glass of wine, off you go, kind of a thing. And well, with all these women, I guess. Okay. Poor Anthony. Aquarius, you better be good. I really need the good news here. Aquarius, any Aquarian in the house? Aquarian rising. Who is there? The room is full of alpha females. I love it. I actually love it. This is like so good. I love to see women and hear from women empowered. It's the moon. Aqua sun. Hi, Dano. Okay, Aquarius. There we go. Look at this, Aquarius and Venus. Oh my gosh. Whee! We got Aquarius. Oh my gosh. This is going to be awesome. Aquarians, we are coming to our own. I have a feeling the energy I'm getting through is, oh look at this, also Queen of Swords. Aquarians, Jesus. There you go. Aquarians, there was somebody here who has backstabbed us as well. And it sounds to me that this kind of like almost like made mark on our psyche. We have both 7 of Swords and we have 10 of Swords. Hello. But it looks also that the Aquarian was somehow somebody who kind of like just cut it off. Could it be that somebody was in some kind of relationship and they had an option? It was like too many, 3 was a crowd, sort of a thing. It definitely tells me that for some of us, we are releasing something where we feel we were not wanted or needed, or somebody wanted to, remember the Hierophant card, kind of like they put us down to their rules. And here is like cat lady's cat sitting over here domineering the whole thing. So there was a person who was in a position of deciding for us, and this kind of like really took away quite a bit from us, because we are usually a very independent sign. And look at this, we have a 10 and we have a 10, and then we have 22, the master number. So Aquarians are really going to release garbage, going to release some breakup that is like still lingering, and this could have been quite a long time, because whenever the star card shows up, it is talking about needing to recover, fully needing to recover. It's like shed our skin. This is a really good card. It says we are going back to this Aquarius happy times, being able to be friendly with people. Aquarians really needed time to kind of like get rid of people, very unusual for Aquarians. And I hate this card. These two cards I don't like, and both of them came out. What's that? Pisces. Pisces. Yeah, Seven of Swords. But Seven of Swords reverse could be good. So Pisces. 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 What's up for the Pisces? Knave of Swords. This is so... Oh, so not you. What's this? Oh boy. Oh, Pisces. What happened? Oh my gosh. No, I can't have a million cards. Pisces, somebody stepped on your toes. And you're really upset. You're like, hopefully either vocalizing this. You kind of like want something from somebody and they're not giving that to you. Or vice versa, right? Someone in this situation is upset. Look at this. We have the little mousey right here in the middle. And everybody's arguing around it. And like we know that the whole point is to get a mouse. So just like when we argue with someone and first 2 minutes are arguing and the rest is like pulling things from the past and yelling at each other about it, and it makes no sense. And of course nothing is resolved because two people are talking at the same time and both of them are talking about their own story, right? So that's going to be Lati, you can do whatever you want. Pisces. And Pisces, okay, Pisces is choosing, screw it, I'm going to have a glass of wine. And look at this, we have these fives. So you are, in a sense, really avoiding responsibility. And the point when you see swords, guys, most unliked, especially for water sign, is to really look at this, how much air we have. We have lots of air over here. But no, you guys are sort of like not going to push yourself here, I have to tell you, because the bottle of, you know, Grenache maybe sounds better. This is clearly saying the lesson is not being learned. You think you're learning it, but you're not learning it, Pisces. So you kind of have to zoom down to what kind of battles you want to win, what do you need to resolve, and then things will get better. So who's next? Aries. Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. 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 Wake up, my pretty people. Hit the like button. That's right. Please like this stream. Do you guys like the evening streams? Like, maybe we can do it here and there for special new moons and maybe full moons. It would be nice to see who can actually catch up. So it seems like lots of people did show up. Cool. So, Aries. Full moon for Aries. Full moon for Aries. Oh, we have the Hierophant reversed. Full moon for Aries. The Queen of Swords and 10 of Cups. Woo. There's the trouble in some kind of obligations. I don't know, this one wants to come out. Ooh, the High Priestess. The Aries. Okay. And 7 of Wands. So of course, Aries, you're going to be challenged in this period. And you might have lots of issues with cutting people off. You will be literally almost like, because I usually take it as like this is your side and this is the side that is coming to you. You'll have people who will just observe what you're doing and go, I'll remember that. I'll remember that. Be very careful if you're doing that with your own partner, because they're sort of like, you know, especially if you're a guy, and I don't think we have any guys, so I don't have to address this, but maybe they will listen later, because guys kind of don't understand our point system, right, ladies? We sort of like, they have 1 point for everything. Hey, you know, she gives me sex, 1 point. She makes nice dinner for me, 1 point. She throws all my clothes out and shreds them into little pieces, -1 point. For us, it's a little bit different. Like, I mean, you tell me you love me, yeah, okay, 1 point. You take the trash out, 10 points. You're super nice to me and treat me like the princess, 1,000 points. But you are not showing up on time, -10,000 points. Or you cheat, is like -1,000,000 points. So kind of like, I think male Aries are here going to mess up majorly, especially the married ones and the ones in relationships. So this is going to be a tricky part, because the other partner will be really holding their ground and almost like putting the kids and everything that you guys have built in between the two of you. So be very careful how harsh you want to be, because it's not going to be the best possible strategy this time around. That's a -5 points. So we should probably establish Cat Tarot point system, and it will be good to notify people to how many points they get. I really think like it's kind of like guys don't get it, and nobody kind of like gives them these instructions when they're born. Like, that's what my parents told me, like that I was a difficult child because I didn't come with instructions, as if somehow that was my issue. But I think that's not necessarily a bad idea. All right, Taurus. Now we are looking the opposite of Scorpio. So this is the same axis. Remember my little audio from yesterday? Taurus. And Taurus is the luxury, right? And somebody made a really good comment, and very important comment, that Taurus, Scorpio is Pluto, right? And it's going to be like the celestial, you know, scale. It's going to be needing to get in balance, kind of like Taurus, Scorpio, right? Taurus. Ooh, these guys want to come out. So we have Knave of Swords, we have the Hanged Cat, and Queen of Wands. And Taurus. Oh boy, Taurus, that's kind of really interesting. Taurus. We have the Tower, we have Page of Wands, the Fool, and the Tower. So Taurus, you might sort of like also kind of like open your mouth and weird stuff will come out, really weird, because we have this like this hang kitty. It's again, it's, you know, sometimes you get so irritated that we say things we really want to take it back, but we can't. Be very careful, especially if you're like having this with a fire sign female, because Queen of Wands can be fire sign, or she can have that kind of like royal presence, and she can shred you into little pieces, but both parties are equally strong. So again, the lesson here is not being learned. As long as it doesn't learn, as long as like you guys don't learn it, it's going to start repeating. I see here kind of like trying to patch things up. After that, it's sort of like, oh, let's move on. Taurus sometimes has a bad habit of being overly stubborn and selfish, and it's like, okay, you know what, let's move on. The truth is, and ladies, like, you tell me if I'm wrong on this one, that you cannot move on until you kind of like patch the hole, because it's driving a car. Is that my noise? Driving the car with a flat tire. But there is like showing like something. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing noises, and probably in my hallway. And there is like this kind of like full energy. We are kind of like moving into like this new phase. It's like kind of light energy, and finally we are thinking we are doing well. But again, the things were not patched properly, and hence there is like this explosion. And this is the guy with the dog outside, and this dog is looking for me, and I cannot do it right now. So just means you're grounded. Pentacle thing is overdone. Okay, I don't know, I'm not following you. No eye for you, my Mr. Quiz. So, well, the full energy is sometimes bungee jumping, because you might be forced into bungee jumping without the bungee cord. So that's sort of a thing for your Taurus. Even though you came out in the weekly reading as like going to have fantastic energy, I'm still seeing that if you provoke and poke into it, it might not end well. But this is like not Tower as it's upright. It's kind of like means continuing and unfortunately building something that is not just going to eventually work out, because this means we're not fully aware of the issues that are undermining, almost like you're building on a ground that is like quicksand and all of a sudden it just kind of splatters, right? Now Kitty is sleeping here. I don't know where is Safi. Let's see if she's going to show up. Who's next? Gemini. She was sleeping the whole day. So you see, even the teroscope applies on her. She was resting. It's not usual. She's like always meow 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 meow. Her job description is to sleep 20 hours a day, but she's doing whatever she wants to do. All right, Gemini. Ugh. I can't do 25 cards. Let me just give me just one. I'm getting a 2 4s. And this one wants to come out. Okay. Gemini, this is talking about some kind of destabilization that is turning into stabilization. And the reason why is it turning into stabilization? You're having the 4 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, and then Knight of Chalices. The reason why it's turning into stabilization is because you're realizing that if you wish, your toolbox for survival, you have it. You're no longer afraid of new romance. This could be a completely new romance coming your way, or something getting revamped, because it looks like you kind of build the walls previously, and because of these walls, which have been built to protect you inside, the soft spot inside, were not functional for allowing the other people in, because had no windows, had no walls. By the way, do you know what is the Russian invention for seeing through the wall? Anybody knows this joke? What do they call it? The special invention, how they see it through the wall? Who knows? This is really one of my stupid jokes, because I like stupid jokes. No, it's actually, they call it a window. That's I told you, it's a stupid joke. Okay, Gemini. Gemini. Ooh, Gemini. What do we see on the other side? Somebody came back and usurped you with the money, and there is like issue with the money over here. So it's kind of weird. Somebody wants just the benefits, but they don't want to do the work about that. Or there could be issues with the children, and there are like something, oh, look at this, and you have the moon, the first sign that is getting the moon. Yeah. Or somebody might be walking toward you, and you would say, nah, I don't think so. You're looking toward the new moon. So this whole period could be literally for you to kind of like clear the past and clear some kind of Romeo from your past. But if you guys have children, I would say kind of like there is the strong Capricorn energy, in which Capricorn is really close to the moon right now. That's why they are being affected. And the children can act up in this situation. I was thinking like you're kicking somebody out from the forum, from the chat. Let's see, to catch up with you guys. That was Gemini. So let's go to the sensitive creatures, Cancers. My cat does that when he thinks I'm a bad hunter. Oh yeah, I know. You know, if I say B-U-G, somebody's going to show up. But I don't want to do it because then she would not trust me if I cheat her, and she didn't want to grace us with her presence. Because yesterday it was a big moth here on a curtain, and it was like a big excitement. So, Cancer, 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 Cancer. And guess what I will do later? When I finish all the signs, since it's 45 people, I'm going to do the reading for our group and anybody who will be watching it later. It's sort of like a private seance. So stay tuned. Cancer, Five of Wands wants to come out. And these two want to come out too. The Emperor and the Tower. Lovely, Cancer. Some arguments. Oh my gosh, totally. I will have to go back and write down which signs to avoid. Which sign was it, Sagittarius? You can have a line with them because they would kind of care. Also with Pisces. With the rest of them, so far, be careful. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. You have Knave of Chalices, so that's like that Knight of Cups. Somebody, oh my gosh, Cancer. Yeah, you know, you're burnt out from either romance or something is not happening. Maybe you're trying to manifest something and get a structure, get stability, kind of feel, but it's not going to happen. There is like this big tower moment, something strikingly happening that will explode, and really looks to me like a big argument. Security is really important to Cancer. And this is going to feel like you're losing the sense of your security. You're losing a sense of who you are. You're losing a sense about the things around you. And it's like, it's going to feel really, really horrible. This is kind of like an attack, almost like a psychic attack, where you're going to feel like that all of a sudden you're sort of like misplaced all over the place. But this is all for good, because both when the sun kind of like shows up, eventually there is like okay to kind of like jump back on your feet. And the Tower always talks about, well, now you can fix things that kind of like needed repair in the moment. So it kind of like will in the end be for the best, but it might feel turbulent, so kind of buckle up, I would say. Drinking wine. I'm going tomorrow. Do you guys know that we in Canada, we have special stores where we have to go and buy liquor? It's called in Ontario LCBO, liquor board. CLB, I don't know, Commission of Ontario, I think it's called, something like that. So we have to go into those special stores to buy it because we are children, right? Leo, Leo, Leo. Ooh, codependency, Leo. There is the Capricorn coming up, Leo. It's going to be a fixed sign also, so I guess that's not a big surprise. Anything else for Leo for this full moon? Oh boy. Now we have either emergence of the exes, or there's a situation where we had additional wheel, the fifth wheel, that didn't belong there, where we kind of like left devastated. We're sort of like left to our own devices. There is like also this kind of feeling of that religion and non-acceptance of the kind of like mainstream kind of a thing. It almost looks like being on the dark side of what other people think it's right. But when this is reverses, it's good, because there is like this essence of, you know, breaking through this kind of like being in the box kind of thinking, and kind of like hope, but this is still not great. Let me see more for Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo. There you go, that would be you, King of Wands. you're kind of seeing that like people will not notice, but you will be losing your shit. I'm really sorry to tell you, but you will still. And then you have the Queen of Swords. There is like a breakup of some kind. Why do you have King of Wands and Queen of Swords? It's a couple that is no longer a couple. Maybe this is all relating to some kind of circumstance where there was not the right fit, because this always tells me about an ex, or there's another person. Very, very strong thing. See your chain, like ball and chain kind of a thing, and this kitty thinks she's like a dog, and this kitty thinks is a rabbit. So everybody's pretending to be different, and then maybe you have loved that, and maybe you're saying, you know what, whatever it is, I'm gone. And you kind of like felt you're kind of establishing yourself, and maybe because of this you didn't purge it enough, and it's going to maybe coming through this kind of like full moon phase. That kind of like really wouldn't surprise me, because Queen of Swords always talks about cutting things, minimizing anything that kind of like is not needed. Very much unlike Tower, she is, we become her, and then it is like, look, you know what, this fridge, this is old, you're just like literally taking everything out, sort of a thing. Virgo, 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 Virgo. Oh my gosh, cat lady, he's eating temptations. My cats don't want to eat anything else but temptations, and only the green ones, only that ones. It is like really, really weird. Once when you get them, that's it. Virgo, Virgo. But she they are very simple with toys. It's only the laser thing and the string. That's it. Any like strings and anything, it's like, oh my god, I'm so happy. Oh, Captain of Chicken, they don't like this one. Okay, Virgo, focus, focus, cat. Virgo, what is for Virgo? This full moon, Virgo, Virgo. Virgo, this is good. Virgo, you're getting your act together. You have the Three of Pentacles and you have Ace of Swords. Let me get a few more here. Oops. What's phone? Oh, there is this King of Pentacles that flew out. This kind of also is like your earth energy. Virgo. This is a card of victory. You kind of, you guys are going to also be cutting things. Looks like we are like all purging this full moon, releasing. But it looks to you, to me, Virgo, you're really clear on who you want. You still maybe want a partner too much. This could be an old partner coming back, but I really think this is like really going to kind of like that level of somebody who is reliable, who is capable, who is really up your alley. The only issue that I have with this full moon, you have to understand that you have your own goddess power, because you have to understand that you can be full on your own. It is really cool to get the couple together, but you know, you never want to play this kind of game with kind of like sweaty palms. You kind of like really want this whole thing to be kind of like on the even, kind of like keel. So that is the only thing that kind of like worries me. But I think overall, look at this earth energy. You guys are getting grounded, and whenever you find something that needs to be cut, you'll be kind of, and that can be really, really quick, and can be happening literally as we speak right now. So it kind of be interesting. And are we coming to the last one? We are coming to the last one. Libra. Libra. Any Libra in the house? Any Libra in the house? My Libra raised ascendant. There we go, Libra. Hola, hola. Libra. Libra. Libra moon. Look at that. Libra sending vibes. Nice. So let's see what is in for Libra. Ooh, we have the full reversed. Libra. And we have 8 of Wands reversed. Oh boy, you'll be a little bit confused. Are you Libras a little bit of a klutz nature? Libra. Okay, I think it's done with this deck. Are you a little clumsy, Libra? Because this can actually tell me being clumsy and kind of like your points are not really hitting the spot. It's kind of like mixed messages, or messages not hitting the spot, not landing the way they were intended, sort of things, kind of things. Okay, Libra. Ooh, there we go. That's your card, and there we have the new moon. So you're going to have a phase of some kind of clearance as well for the next 2 weeks, Libra. One more. Anything else coming out for Libra? No. No, I don't want 2 zillion. I just want 1. Libra. Libra. And there you have the Hierophant. Lots of people got this Hierophant. So I think that this full moon is going to release lots of stuff that maybe we got in a rut over things. You kind of already know that. You have like this 2 of Swords. You need to make a decision, and it's kind of like, I want this, but you're not so sure. It's not like really burning desire, and I don't want this on the other side, but you're also afraid of making decisions. So it's really being stuck, as they call it, between you know, like these 2 really equally irritating or impossible tasks. And that's because it's going to kind of like interrupt the equilibrium on which one you really want to be, because you're saying, as long as it is right now, I don't have to do this. But you'll be maybe forced into making a decision that could be a little bit foolish, actually, in this part of the case, or it might hit somebody where they will go, what the heck, right? Because air, and a little bit of earth, but not very grounded, because you will be actually questioning other people's beliefs and why do they feel so strongly about it, because that's the Taurus energy over here. So I won't be drinking next to Libra either. So now it's just like us guys. And which deck should I use for this? Which deck do I use? Let's do this one. So guys, let's for a second really think through. Close your eyes again and just send your vibes my way, so that way I can pick up on your vibes. So just a really quick reading. I really want to see for people in the room and people who'll be watching this in the next 5 days. Okay. Reading for all of us here. Pick up the vibes. Pick up the vibes. Pick up the vibes. Okay. We are starting with 6 of Pentacles. The key is to find the balance, because look, he has all these planets on his cape over here. He's looking in the distance, kind of like wondering how he can kind of like balance things out. In this particular deck, we don't have this kind of like superiority kind of a thing. We have somebody who is really trying to find better horizons. So this is really good. I would say very positive group. But I also see people here in a group that are heartbroken, but sort of like getting close to maybe realizing that there are other bridges, that there are other options, and it could be something that can be released. It's kind of like we have already the 3rd card with a cape. So cape is always talking about not releasing things. So there is like certain stuck energy in the room, guys. We need to kind of like make an attention today and just release it. So what is grounding us is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is like we might have people around us who are know-it-all, who will tell us how we do it, and be very careful that we are not the one who will enjoy victory at no cost, because this is really saying that we really, yes, might be victorious, but that victory can actually lose something forever. This usually happens when you're very irritated with someone and you tell them not to bug you, but you tell them when this is a really emotional time for them and they take it really to their heart and they don't want to deal with you anymore. So that's kind of a thing. So it is kind of going to be sort of like a really balancing act. But there is this Wheel of Fortune, guys. So, and it is like something that's trying to turn to the positive. So I can see that, even though I have people over here who actually are hurting, really hurting, and maybe even feel they have lost somebody who kind of like felt, that's it, I'm more important, or I'm moving on in my own direction, in my own life. This kind of like was the best for us. So there is like this turning back to these old problems, because look at this, there is like this, the Empress, the Sphinx, but she's pregnant in this particular deck, and here we have this growth and feeling supported. There is like also strong need, and I think this is like really establish your own life. I don't know, it really sends me a message that we will be making some kind of like completely new plans. And here I have Eight of Cups again, another Cape fellow over here. This fellow here is like literally leaving. So we are leaving the situation behind, just as I told you. Like here is like ready, set, go. This card is kind of interesting because it's making us understand that always it could be something else better, that we always owe to ourselves to kind of explore and see if anything is going on. If not, we can always come back, right? So emotionally, we have Four of Pentacles, and again we have this fellow. Look at these people turning their back. This is a theme. Look at that, look at that, look at that. It is just like this jerk who is looking right head on, and everybody else, like, look at this dude, looks like the Merlin kind of like stuff, and he has all these elements over here. It is kind of like really interesting because this is really talking about these walls. So I'm thinking these Geminis are sending me this kind of energy. This is actually good because the walls here were telling, you know what, you need to get out. And this means getting out. This means that, guys, we are really releasing a whole bunch of stuff and coming to this understanding that it is time. I think this is a big turnaround time, and that's why it's the Wheel of Fortune. This is, by the way, very karmic, and it is connected to fixed signs. So if you know a fixed sign, you might be dealing with a fixed sign, but anything that you deal with, good or bad, is going to go in a good direction. So the environment is the Knight of Wands. Well, somebody might be making like the late phone call, kind of like a booty call, and it's going to be a really clear understanding. Maybe this is somebody who is leaving us, who kind of like was here anyway under the premise, because we have this couple that is no longer a couple, and it looks like there is like some kind of relationship here that kind of like is past due, and there is like they're both turning back. Mind you, I also see that it could be some kind of pregnancy, it could be other kind of like elements in this kind of story, but this is also the understanding that, you know what, thank you for your time, thank you for your service, and off you go. And of course, what would be the reading without another Tower? And so, guys, that I was really watching today that I avoid everybody, because the Tower, this is that Scorpionic energy, Scorpio Aries energy coming through it. So it's a hopes and fears category. It says We are hoping that things will work out better in the future, but we are fearing that they won't. We are fearing that we are going to repeat the same message, that we are going. So the question is, like, am I leaving this situation and losing this person? Am I going to get any better? That's kind of like a tower, but tower doesn't let you. Tower will always push you down the path that is better. So let's see the outcome. Whoa, outcome is the Star. So you know what? No matter what you choose is going to be good, because you are really coming to this understanding to what seems to be working for you. And this is that Star Seed card for me. And there is like this something growing. This is again a fixed kind of like card. And this is kind of going in the direction of opening, of nurturing, of helping. And kind of like really feeling comfortable in your own skin. So I think we're going to be a really interesting group. We kind of like are coming to the sense of clarity. You know, sometimes you're always wondering and double checking your decision. There is no double checking here. Everything is really, really clear. So guys, I hope this kind of helped. So let me try to just catch up with you. Welcome, Erica. It was a pleasure. We didn't have as many people as in the morning, but it was not predictable, and it was interesting. So hopefully you like these evening chats as well, that we can resume this some other time. Oh, it looks so cute of you to say. And of course, with Libra rising, you can never go bad with compliments, right? So thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Ams. Thank you, my turquoise. Thank you, everybody who showed up. I really, really appreciate it, guys. Just love to see you guys being chatty, because I'm so serious when I'm doing my readings. So have a guys great evening and a great week ahead, and I'll see you soon on Saturday morning. Yes, I'm going to see if I'm able to see the full moon and go from there. And hopefully you're going to just drop by in a few days and tell me how is this full moon resolving for you, so we can go from there. And so if you decided not to show up, so it's going to be just us together. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Portugal. Thank you, Europe. Thank you. I didn't see anybody from Australia, which is kind of weird. I guess they're working. It's Monday, duh. So it all works. So until the next time, my fellows, be well. I'm thinking about you. I love you. Bye.